Hi, this is Clay Dixon, KRCC, here at the state meet, Kentucky. We're about to start the 3A guys race, and after that we'll have the girls race. And we are just walking through the Team 10 area. You got Mail right over there. A couple other teams. See a lot of teams doing their warm-ups. Coaches meeting together. They haven't seen each other because they live across the state. A bunch of stuff like that. Hi, this is Clay Dixon, and join me is Don Dixon. Here we are at the KHSAA State XC meet here at the Lexington, Kentucky Horse Park. This is the Team 10 area we're at. We're walking through here just get a feel of the state meet. We're about to start off the 3A race. That's the largest schools in Kentucky. Don, take us through some of the teams to look for.
Well, obviously, if you're talking 3A, you got to be talking about the three big teams. St. X has 20 titles in the boys 3A. Trinity has 18, and Daviess County has 10. And if you look historically throughout the results, those three names just pop up all the time in the top finishers. The St. X, they've won it in 09. They won it. Trinity won it in 10. 2011, St. X won, and then St. X won it again last year. The interesting thing is, in 2011 and 2012, the team score keeps going down. So St. X in 11 had a low score of 31, and then they had a low score of 20 last year. And so, are they capable of a perfect score? Is an interesting question to ask. Can they improve upon a low score of 20? Another question to ask today: is there anyone out there that can beat St. X? I know the Trinity's going to give it a try. Daviess County.
There's the Trinity tent, and they always bring their percussion down here to really motivate everybody.
Oh yeah, I love to hear their drummers come on out. But the question is, will there be a dark horse? Who are the candidates that can come and challenge the big three here today? But it's going to be an interesting race. A lot of talent that's out here today, and one person that we can talk about in particular just ran regionals in Class 6 3A. You can see the race starting right there. That's at Likens Park. But it's Ben Young out of Tate's Creek. He claimed that title and did it in a time of 16:53. At the Shamrock Invite, hosted by Trinity, he was first place, came in at a 15:36. The Fayette County Public School Championship, he was first place, time of 16:24. And at the Tate's Creek Invite, a home meet, he was first place again with 16:09. So Ben Young, the champion out of Region 6 3A, is somebody to look for. You can see him finishing there.
One of the about 5 people to break 17 minutes at the Likens Park course. He did a 16:53 to win his region.
Other people to look for, obviously, Chase Geary, last year's champion. Will he repeat this year? He's kind of had an up and down year this season, so interesting question. Will the Muhlenberg County product repeat again his senior year? Patrick Gregory, will he challenge? He was last year's runner-up. Will he challenge for the title?
Racing really loud.
Just a lot of good racing is going to happen here in just the next few minutes, and can't really wait to see how it all turns out. Daniel Southard out of Daviess County. That's another person to look for today in the races that are coming up.
Like 16 something.
One person we're missing today will be John Spencer from Lafayette. He is a very talented runner. He came runner-up for the 1,600-meter run during track this past season. He's injured himself, and he was unable to run the regional race, and he won't be here at the state meet. Here we are right behind the starting line. You see the teams line up doing their final strides, getting ready. We'll be taking you up to where we normally film, the 400-meter mark. You see everybody just getting ready before the biggest race of the year. See who come out on top.
Well, it's such a festive atmosphere here at the state meet. You can hear the drums that Trinity has brought. You can hear the cowbells that people have along the stands, and they've even moved in the fans a little bit closer to the finish line, so it really increases the atmosphere. Something important's going to happen if you're at the Kentucky Horse Park.
Some guys to look for, just want to say Daniel Southard from Daviess County. He's been very good this year.
That's the champion out of Region 1 3A.
believe he could do well. I mean, Davies County, you always just got to watch out for him, especially when they got somebody who can challenge for the state title. Always got to mention Patrick Gregory. He's been the favorite for like the last 2 seasons, and now he's all by himself and ready to take that title. Let's see if he can do that. And he's got to challenge him along with Southern. Chris Striegel from St. X. He's been doing very well. He came in 2nd place. The guys are off on this 3A boys state race. But back to Chris Striegel. He came in 2nd to Gregory in the regional race last week by just a few seconds. Ben Young, of course, you need to be watching out for him. There's the South Oldham twins, the Dowdy twins, Tanner and Cole. Be looking for them. Just a few guys to be looking out for.
Well, and anybody that's on the St. X or Trinity team, you know, you can. The names are interchangeable, but they're always good.
Especially the Trinity team, they seem to always have somebody else in the lead after just basically any race. It could be Derek Stabel, the senior. It could be Blake Merkley. It could be anybody. All right, here are the guys coming on down. This is about 350 meters in. See some of those guys mentioned earlier already up in front. The Trinity runners with the white top with the green stripe coming right through. Take you to about the 600-meter mark right now. And it looks like we got Patrick Gregory in the red with the big B for Butler right in front of his chest. Behind him, we got Tates Creek's Ben Young in the maroon. Daniel Southard with the DC. And we got a pack behind them. Looks like we got a couple Greenwood in there. Need to be also looking out. He's had a very good season. The runner from Grayson County. Brett Crawford, he's done very well this season. He's started off on fire. Let's see if he can hold on and see how well he can do today.
Come on, Josh, keep it up. Come on, Burr, stay with Josh.
Take you to the 800-meter mark, and it looks like still in the lead. That trio of seniors, Gregory, Southard, and there's Ben Young up there. Striegel, he's starting off a little bit slow. The chase pack or the elite pack went through the 800-meter mark in 2:22. Off to a blistering fast start. But Striegel, he's probably back there with his team.
Southern in the lead.
St. X is known to start off running as a team for the first mile, and then they start breaking apart there.
Other runners to look for, Mason Blevins out of Pulaski County and Brennan Fields out of Madison Central.
Both have done sub 10 minutes for the 2-mile this past track season. I believe Blevins came in 6th place in the 3A state track meet for the 3,200-meter run.
Well, and this is Blevins' last race.
Pulaski County, they won state for the middle school state meet back in, what was it, 2000?
Oh, goodness, that would have been Blevins' 8th grade year, so.
I think that's about 2009.
Yeah.
All right, your leaders, it looks like it's Southard. It looks like we got Chase Gary challenging him right now. We're approaching about 1,400 meters now. So we got Southard, Gary, Gregory right behind Southard. Brett Crawford in the orange. Looks like we got Keith Prive from Greenwood. He's in that mix as well. They're approaching the 1-mile mark, about 50, 75 meters or so. Watching KRCC Sports, it's Clay Dixon. See a lot of those flags flying still. Looks like they got the North Hardin flag in the blue. St. X. There's Trinity out there with the big T. All right, approaching 1 mile. We got a big, long string of runners.
55.
Who's it going to be? Going to the 1 mile mark, and looks like about 4:55. So they slowed up a little bit on that after the first 800, but still maintaining that pace. Chase back in 4:58. You see Brennan Fields from Madison Central in the white top, blue shorts to the left. Chase Gary to the right. Davies County's Daniel Southard in the lead with Gregory right behind them. Switching over to the second paddock. Leader looking strong. There's a Cooper pack. They got a very good trio of runners there.
A little bit about Gregory's season. Gregory was the Region 3 3A champ, ran a 15:50 last week. He was first at Lexington Catholic, ran a 15:52, so you can see some blistering times on this course. Looks like he did a little bit of traveling. Went to the Great American Cross Country Festival in Cary, North Carolina. Raced in the championship division. He was 16th overall, 15:29.
The screen on the side of your the big screen, that is right about the 600-meter mark. Now we're switching over to the second paddock to take a look at your leaders.
Keep it up, Alan! Keep it up, Alan!
St. X at the Great American Cross Country Festival, and the team score was second behind Brentwood out of Tennessee. At the 58th Annual Trinity Invitational, Gregory ran a 15:26.
All right, taking a look at your leaders, and we got Southard by himself. He's approaching 1.5 miles right now. He's taking a quick look at him again, having to move around there. Carts in the way, people running around trying to figure out what's going on, because Southard, he's really opened up a lead. He was right next to that lead pack at about the 1,800-meter mark, and now we're about 2,400 meters, and he's got himself a huge lead, about 75 to 100 meters. It's like Gregory and Ben Young about 50 meters behind him.
Daniel Southard was the champion out of Region 1. At the Christian County Invitational, he was first place with the 16:30. At Fast Cats, effectively a home meet, he was fifth place with the 16:03, just behind crosstown rival Apollo's Tristan Durbin, who was fourth with the 16:03. At the Mustang Stampede, rather, a home meet for Chase Geary, he was first with a time of 15:58. And Chase was second with a time of 16:19. So you can see some of these athletes have really raced against each other all season.
All right, be taking you back to your leaders as they come around the hill. They're at about 2,600 meters now. Southard still maintaining his lead, or still in the lead, but it looks like Gregory and Young beginning to catch up to him. They're about 10 meters behind. Gregory wanting that state title. He's been one of the favorites for the last 2 years. Came in second place last year, the runner-up. You see the Dowdy twins leading that chase pack. Chris Striegel beginning to move up in the green and yellow.
Cole Dowdy was the champion in Region 4 3A. Twin brother Tanner was second in Region 4 3A. And that was over Trinity's top runners. Supporting the South Oldham duo is Tyler Liga, who was 8th in Region 4 3A.
All right. On the downhill section, you see on the split screen there the chase packs going through, the Dowdy twins. But your leaders, we got Daniel Southard in the lead still, with Gregory slowly reeling him in the last 400 or 500 meters. We're about 3,000 meters now, about to hit the 3,200 meter mark. Ben Young, he's dropped off that lead. He's at he's currently in third place, about 300 meters, or not 300, about 75 meters from the leaders. Gregory in a perfect position for striking at any time he wants, if he's not expended too much energy trying to catch up with Southard. But Southard in the same position. He's been running into the headwind for the last 200-300 meters and by himself, and he's really had to push it in that downhill section earlier. They're about to hit the 2 mile mark. Southard in the lead with Gregory drafting behind him, and behind them about 20 meters we got Chris Striegel and Ben Young working together trying to get up to there.
5'10", 5'11".
We got the Dowdy twins working together, leading that chase pack there with Brett Crawford right there. The lead pack on the 2 mile in 10:09. That was a 5:14 split, so slowing down a little bit, but not too much. The chase pack coming through in 10:14. That's a 5:16 split. Gregory now in the lead at the 2 mile mark. He just passed him up. Southard, see if he's got anything to catch up with him. The 5th through 7th place came through the 2 mile in 10:21. That's a 5:23 mile split. So people haven't really slowed down as much as in the previous races. The Dowdy twins and Brett Crawford. Take you back to your leaders.
Some of the top runners to look for at St. X's team: Chris Striegel. He was second in Region 3A, second at Lex Cath, right behind Patrick Gregory, who was first. Ben Metzger, fourth in regional competition, 14th at Lex Cath. Stephen Kinney, sixth in Region 6-3A, 12th at Lex Cath. Spencer Hayden, fifth in regional competitions, and then 11th at Lex Cath. Jack Minogue, if I'm saying that correctly, third in regional competitions, 15th at Lex Cath. William Malloy, 8th in region, 10th at Lex Cath. And Max Mudd, 7th in regional competition, 5th at Lex Cath. That's some of the top runners from St. X.
Split screen down there. It's at the 2 1/4 mark. Be taking you back to your leaders. It's Gregory opening up his lead here. He's got himself about a 30-meter lead over Southard. Southard beginning to fade a little bit, but still trying to hang on there. We got a downhill section showing, or about to come up to, and he may be able to catch up to him. This has been a crazy day. You know it could happen. You see the wind really pushing the runners now. Patrick Gregory, can he win that state title his senior year? Southard still in striking distance. He's got about 1,000 meters to go. Striegel been moving in the entire time. He started off a little bit further back, but he's slowly been moving up. There's Tate's Creek's Ben Young, the junior. The Dowdy twins, both sophomores, leading Crawford. Crawford beginning to fade a little bit. He was right on their shoulder the entire race. Now they're beginning to pick up the pace a little bit. Robert Rupp from North Hardin. We got the St. X pack coming in. There's the duo of Greenwood, Madison Central's Brennan Fields. Another St. X pack. Back to your leader. That's Butler's Patrick Gregory, the senior. Runner-up last year. Finishing in the top 5 the year before that. There's Chris Striegel, passed up Southard. Southard just trying to hang on, see if he can not get passed up anymore there. There's Ben Young. He's beginning to fade a little bit.
Some of the top runners for Trinity, out of Region 4A, Andrew Ireland was third. Ran a 16:18. Blake Markley, fourth. Ran a 16:27. Evan Lang, fifth, 16:29. Derek Staubel, sixth. Ran a 16:29. Devin Little, 7th, 16:36. And Jake Hallian, 11th, ran a 16:56. Top 6 of Trinity's team in regional competitions were all under 17.
Saw Chase Gary up there. He was in about 15th place right now. State champion last year. Looks like he won't be able to do the repeat. Won't pull it off today, but here comes Gregory with about 220 meters to go. Chris Striegel within striking distance if Gregory doesn't pick it up or if he slows down a little bit. You can see this could be interesting the last 100 meters. Your leader going through in 15:19. That's a 5:10 mile split. That's he really picked up the pace. He did a 4:55, 5:16, and a 5:10. Second place, 15:25 and a 5:16 mile split. Striegel about 50 meters behind Gregory. But with less than 100 meters to go, it's going to be Patrick Gregory, your 3A state champion. Finally winning it, has come in and runner-up last year, and now being undefeated this year in Kentucky competition. Chris Striegel, your 3A runner-up for St. X. That's St. X #1 runner. Daniel Southard leading a lot of the race, and now he's faded back to 3rd place, but a respectable finish. 4th place for Ben Young, the first junior, non-senior. 5th place is Tanner Dowdy and Cole Dowdy coming in 6th place, the twins. 7th place, Robert Rupp, and 8th, Derek Staubel. 9th place, Ben Metzger and Keith Prive. Nick Howell, 11th. 12th, Chase Gary, the reigning state champ. Brady Baker and Stephen Kenny. 15th is Spencer Hayden, and 16th, Jack Minogue. Brett Crawford in the orange. Here comes a flood of runners. There's Brennan Fields, the sophomore from Madison Central. Mason Blevins from Pulaski, their first runner. St. X bringing in their top 5. There's the Cooper runners. I believe that was Brady Baker. He's already come in. There was Connor Greenhall and looks like it was Zach Stewart and Mitchell Greenhall all coming in. So Cooper did very well today. There's Pulaski County. I believe they got their top 5 in.
"31 full teams competing in this race. That's where right now is where all the places matter and the team score starts to get added up.
Harrison Keith from Woodford County coming in. From Grayson Brookshire from GRC. Marshall County behind him. We got 251 runners. This is the largest state meet we've had, I believe, at any time for 3A.
Well, it's good to see all the competition out at the horse park today. The sport of cross country is definitely healthy in Kentucky and growing. You can see from the races people going to, the Great American Cross Country Festival, just meets all over the nation. You can see Kentucky runners attending. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the postseason, both at Foot Locker. There's Ben Petrie from GRC crossing the finish line, as well as what will happen at Nike Cross Nationals.
St. X looking like they really dominated the field today, as expected. Trinity, they were trying to give a challenge to St. X, but it's looking like they're giving more of a challenge for second place, along with Cooper and Davies County. So we'll just see how that second place finished up. But right now I'm saying St. X look like they got it. That big pack running they had throughout the race. One team I noticed, Madison Central, looked like they did very well today. Looked like they got runners in the top 50. They got a couple in the top. Actually, it looks like they got about their top 4 or 5 in the top 50. So Madison Central looking really good. South Oldham, they had that 1-2 punch there. That really helped out. See how they finish. We'll do full team scores for top 10, top 5 teams. Once we get that done, we're wrapping up here at the 3A Boys State Championship. Up next, we'll have the 3A Girls. Got quite a race lined up there. Whitney O'Brien, she's been coming in, I believe, 3rd place actually top 3 since her freshman year. So let's see if she can finally claim that state title. Last year she was close to it.
Randy Morris from George Rogers Clark, sophomore, coming in. First state meet ever.
Race time is about to hit 20 minutes right now.
His father ran for Lafayette.
Watching KRCC Sports, this is Clay Dixon and Dodd Dixon. Up next, we got the girls' race, so stay tuned for that. We've been doing, we've got coverage for the previous classes, Class 1A and Class 2A. Here we are at the 3A division. So if you missed that, well, probably have it coming on soon. Doing another replay. Here's Apollo and GRC rounding out some of the runners. You got still a few more out there.
Josh Bolt crossing the finish line from GRC.
GSP.
Governor Scholar. Another Governor Scholar right there. Brandon Burris from GRC. Should have the team scores here in just a moment.
We got an interview lined up with the Pulaski County boys team, so we'll take you to that just a second as we're wrapping up here in the 3A boys race.
Put it on the camera.
My name is Matthew Crawford. Austin Hyde. Brennan Perkins. Morgan Stevens. Mason Blevins.
Blevins, tell me about your race.
to get up there and at least compete. I think I went through the mile at 5:04. I'm not for sure what place I came in. I think it was around top 25. Not quite where I wanted to finish, but I've had a great career and just feel thankful to run with these guys.
Sounds great. Mr. Crawford, tell me about your race.
That's Crawford. I didn't perform how I wanted to. I wanted to be up there more with my team, but you know, it happens.
Mr. Hyden.
This is probably one of my worst races of the season, but I gave it my all, and I'm not very happy with how I finished, but it's my last one, so I guess it's all right.
Now, Mr. Perkins, tell me about your race.
I was proud of my time. I tried to stay up with the team, and I got accomplished after that, so I feel good about it.
Well, great. Now, you guys have been running with each other for a long time, right?
That's right. Yeah.
How many of you are seniors?
3 of us.
All right. Y'all gonna go on to college to run?
Yeah.
What schools you looking at?
I visited West State next week.
Oh, great.
Possibly West.
Well, great. Well, I tell you, y'all had an incredible career running together from 8th grade. Didn't you all win state as 8th graders? Yeah, and then this year, you've just had a phenomenal season. Congratulations on a great season. Look forward to seeing y'all run next year. Thank you.
And we're back. This is the girls 3A state championship about to go off. Here are the girls doing their final strides, team prayers, and anything else they do before the race. But we're going to take you back to the last week at the Region 6 3A at Likens Park, the GRC Super Region. We had basically all the Lexington schools, the Lexington area 3A schools, and this race was dominated by Emma Valley from Lafayette, the freshman. She's done the low 18s, and she did a near course record time of 19:53. Behind her was Kendall Hayes from Woodford County, the 7th grader. She came in 2nd place.
Other regional action leading up to the state meet in Region 7 3A. Alyssa Hayden from Pulaski County won that region with a 19:51. She's a girl to watch for at the state meet. Ivana Sabino from Madison Central, 19:55, was runner-up at that meet. And a 7th grader, Devin Mayfield from Pulaski County, ran a 20:26 in Region 7 3A. In 5 3A, Caitlin Nichols from Ryle ran a 19:53, and she was the champion. But the real story today at the state meet is going to be out of Regions 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to see a whole lot of domination from those regions, and we'll talk about those as the race progresses.
All right, we're all lined up and ready to go for our final race of the day. This is the 3A, the largest girls' schools in the state. So, and, basically, it's the most competitive for team-wise. Individual, we had the 2A girls' race where we had Gabrielle Cross set the new course record, 17:39. And there, the girls are off. We got 2 cameras on the course today. You see Lafayette on the screen right there. Emma Valley, she's painted her hair red or pink, so in celebration of the state meet, I suppose. See some flags going around in the background towards the right side of your screen. It looks like it's a yellow flag, so I don't know what team that might be. It could be Woodford County.
The lower inset screen is at the 150-meter mark, and the other camera, the main screen, is at 400 meters.
We got a 400-meter straightaway. It's uphill. It's very deceiving. Some girls go out way too fast. And that really affects the speed here at the course, especially today on this windy day. It's been very windy, and it may have affected. I've heard a lot of runners complain about it affecting them. Girls individuals to look for?
Well, in looking at the individuals, first I think we ought to look at the basically the teams, because you see a whole lot more pack running in girls 3A. If you look at the results from the last 4 years that we've been on this new course, Assumption has really just dominated, winning it the last 3 years. Bowling Green was runner-up last year. In 11, they were 3rd. They were 4th in 2010 and 5th in 2009. So that's a team to look for, and we'll talk about them in a little bit.
So we got a male runner in the lead. There's Whitney O'Brien from Davies County, Madison Peoples, and Carolyn Grogan, all up in the front.
Sacred Heart last year was third. They were second in 11. They were second in 2010, and they were the champions in 2009. So that's some runners we need to talk about here in a bit. Davies County was fourth last year. They were sixth in 11. They were fifth in 2010 and second in 2009. So that's another team to keep an eye on today.
Camera here is about the 750-meter mark at the bottom of the screen. Here they're about to hit the 800-meter mark, your leaders. We'll get a split for you. Right now we got Whitney O'Brien in the lead. We got the Chase Pack right with her. Going through the 800 and 251, so about the same pace as the 1A girls race. Back to your leaders. They're approaching the 1,200-meter mark. There's Kendall Hayes to the left in the Woodford County.
Some of the Assumption girls to keep an eye out for today. Top runner from Assumption, Emily Bean. She was second at regionals at Region 3 in Class 3A. She ran a 18:44. She was 12th at the Great American Cross Country Festival in Cary, North Carolina, ran an 18:34. She was 13th at the Mason Cross Country Invitational in Mason, Ohio. Backing her up is Abby Wright, who was 4th at regionals with an 18:51. Kinsley Deffler was 5th at regionals. She was 26th at the Great American Cross Country Festival, running an 18:54. 19th at the Mason County Invitational, running a 19:24. And Katie Crawford, 7th at regionals. Catherine Receiver was 11th at regionals, running a 19:19. Bailey Davis, 28th at the Great American Cross Country Festival. Some of the girls from Assumption to keep an eye out for today.
All right, we kind of have a lead pack going here, but it's looking like the girls are really spread out or pretty compact here. So there's not really a lead pack that's broken away from everybody. It looks like there's a lot of Assumption in there. Assumption's got the white tops with the A in front. And about 1,550 meters. Camera to your left of the screen. That is at the 1 mile mark. We're about to hit that in just a second. Right now we got Carolyn Grogan pushing the pace. Right next to her, that's Davies County's Whitney O'Brien. It looks like Madison Peoples, the freshman, right next to her. So we got a Western Kentucky contingent battle out right now, leading the race. All right, they've hit the 1 mile mark. Let's see what your leaders did that in. It looks like about 5:42 for your 1 mile. And that's for the lead pack right there.
Some of the Oldham County girls to keep an eye out for today. Carolyn Grogan, who we've already mentioned in the lead pack. She was first in Region 3, 3A, ran an 18:23. Supporting her is Kelly Klump, who was 6th at regionals, running an 18:52. And Kelsey Bair, who was 20th at regionals, running a 19:57. Those are the top 3 runners from Oldham County.
So like Assumption's really got a hold on the team race right now. Sacred Heart looking like they got a couple up there. Davies County looking pretty strong. And along with Bowling Green, got a pack right there with Bowling Green runners. There's Oldham County, just ran on by. And here comes the flood of runners going on to the second paddock. They're at about 1,800 meters right now as we're crossing over.
Assumption girls won the Great American Cross Country Festival, but also running there was Madison Peoples from Bowling Green. She was second overall and ran a 17:57. In regional competition, Region 2A, she was a champion, running an 18:12. At the Sky Conference, she was first, and at the Trinity Valkyrie meet, she was 18:08. A lot of good girls running for Bowling Green. Backing her up is Brittany Hansen, ran an 18:57 at Region, 19 flat at Trinity. Sarah Emily Woodward, second at the Sky Conference, 51st at Trinity Valkyrie. Lauren Wheeler, 5th at the Sky Conference, 44th at Trinity Valkyrie, running a 19:28. And Kiera Scott. So Bowling Green looks like there you've got a top 5 that's loaded.
All right, your leaders, it looks like Carolyn Grogan is taking the lead. She's beginning to push the pace. Right next to her, or right behind her rather, is Whitney O'Brien. It looks like O'Brien's teammate Amelia Reynolds is in that pack. Looks like Assumption, Madison Peoples in there. What's the top Assumption girls? It's the looks like it's Emily Bean.
Yeah, Emily Bean has been historically this season the top runner from Assumption.
We're about halfway through this race, and we got a pack of 5 girls within striking distance of taking this title. Right now we got O'Brien beginning to push the pace. Grogan hanging on still. Peoples in third. Bean and Reynolds side by side in the back of that pack. Looks like we got a couple of Assumption right behind her.
Whitney O'Brien is the champion out of Region 1 3A. She ran a 1904 at Regionals, Davies County. Backing her up is Amelia Reynolds, also a senior from Davies County. She was runner-up, running a 1930. Amelia was third at Lex Cath and fourth at Fast Cats. Whitney was first at Lex Cath, running an 1820. First at Fast Cats, running an 18 even. Third at the Trinity Valkyrie meet, running a 1751. Just a step ahead of Bowling Green's Madison Peoples, who was fourth in that race.
O'Brien, she's in her entire time in high school for Davies County. She's been on the top 3 every year for the state meet. I believe she got 3rd place her freshman sophomore year, 2nd place last year, and it looks like she's either gonna repeat that, or if not, she might get that state title. Right now she's been leading most of the race. You got Peoples, Grogan, and O'Brien in the lead. So Reynolds behind her, Bean falling off a little bit.
Backing up O'Brien and Reynolds on the Davies County team is Lexi Bowling and Kelly Bowling. Lexi is a sophomore and Kelly is a senior. Lexi was third in Region 1 3A, running a 2016, 14th at Lex Cath and 5th at Fast Cats. Kelly was 5th at regional competition, running a 2023. Also running for Davies County is Kate Duty, a senior. She was 7th at regionals, running a 2051. Kaylee Chanley, 10th at regionals, and Abby Eads, 11th at regionals, rounding out the Davies County roster.
The defending state champion from last year's race, it's Bailey Davis, right? I believe Bailey Davis won it last year for the individual title. Assumption dominated the team title last year. Yeah, Bailey Davis won it last year with Emily Bean coming in 3rd place. O'Brien came in 2nd. So we got the same group of girls up front, but right now it looked like they switched it up a little bit. Right now we got O'Brien in the lead with, looks like the Peoples behind her, and Grogan in 3rd place right now. So we get a strong pack up front.
The Davies County girls have really had a great season so far. They placed 6 in the top 10 at regionals. They had 5 runners under 21 minutes. They won Lex Cath in the team score over Sacred Heart of Perennial Power.
They're about to hit the 2-mile mark.
The team also traveled to Mason County early in the season and had a competitive meet up there.
All right, your leaders hit the 2-mile in 11:41. That's a 5:59 for that 2nd mile split, and their 3rd place runner currently 2 seconds back, so 11:43, and she did a 6:02 for that 2-mile. And right now, beginning to open up her lead, Whitney O'Brien. Peoples about 5 meters behind her, and about 30 meters behind Peoples is Grogan. Grogan pushing the pace earlier on, beginning to feel effect of that, I believe. Looks like Amelia Reynolds behind her, Emily Bean in 5th. We got Assumption pack behind that.
2011, Cassidy Hale won the championship from DuPont Manual. Bailey Davis was 2nd, Whitney O'Brien was 3rd, and Catherine Receiver from Assumption was 4th. Hale's graduated, but
running for UK now.
the rest of those girls are still in the race, still doing well.
They're hoping to qualify for the NCAA national meet coming up in a few weeks. They got Southeast Regional, and then they'll be going on and qualify to the national meet. And right now, back to the girls' race. O'Brien still pushing that pace, and it looks like you can see her really pushing it now. Got herself about a 30-40 meter gap on Peoples.
Top of your screen is the leaders. The bottom of your screen is at the 2 mile mark.
Next year will be interesting as we got a lot of girls in the top right now are seniors, and it looks like your top freshman right now, it's Peoples, and behind her is Reynolds from Davies County. So we'll just see how that works out next year. But right now, got about 1,200 meters to go with Reynolds in the lead. Peoples beginning to try and reel her in. See, she's slowly moving in. She had about a 40 meter gap on her about 200, 300 meters ago, and now she's within about 15 meters. Whitney O'Brien and Madison Peoples. Third place right now, that's Carolyn Grogan. With just 1,000 meters to go. There's Amelia Reynolds, a freshman from Davies County. Hanging on there in the front pack for most of the race. And there is Emily Dean from Assumption. Looking to crack the top 5. We got an Assumption pack. It looks like that's Bailey Davis.
Amelia Reynolds is a senior.
And Kinsley Deffler. Looks like a Sacred Hearts #1, Caitlin Carroll. Right now, it looks like we got just one senior, or one freshman rather, Madison Peoples, and
yeah, it's a senior-dominated top 10.
Yeah.
which is different than I've seen in the previous, like 2A. There was just maybe 1, 2 upperclassmen in the top 10, and right now we got in the top 10, top 8 or so, we got 7 seniors and 1 freshman. Grogan, senior. I think I said that Amelia Reynolds was a freshman, but no, I completely mistaken that.
Yeah.
She's a senior. There she goes. Within striking distance of taking 3rd place. Assumption looking strong for the team title. Hoping to qualify for Nike Cross Nationals in a few weeks. Caitlin Carroll from Sacred Heart. It's like a Caitlin Lacey in the purple there with the H. She's from Mail. She's an 8th grader. Currently in the top 10. All right, with just 225 meters to go. The small screen to your left, that is right at the 3 mile mark. Going through in 17:27. A split of 5:46 for that 3rd mile, so she picked it up a little bit there. And behind her, that's Madison Peoples, 17:37, which is a 5:56. She maintaining that pace that she had for that 2nd mile. So we're going to be your 3A state champion, Whitney O'Brien. She's finally claimed that state title that she's been searching for so many years, coming in the top 3 for her entire high school career. Getting her 1st place title, and your runner-up, Madison Peoples, the freshman, your favorite for next year already. 3rd place senior Amelia Reynolds from Davies County. Coming on in, she's been really dominating this season along with her teammate O'Brien. Got that 1-2 punch for Davies County. Hoping to bring Assumption down to their level and take that title. And there's Emily Bean coming in 4th place. been in that lead pack for the entire race, and here she is, finishing strongest as a senior. Bailey Davis, your reigning state champion, coming in 5th place. 6th place, Carolyn Grogan, who pushed the pace to start the race. 7th place is Caitlin Carroll, the first Sacred Heart runner. Pretty sure she had the same number I had my senior year at 899. 8th place is Kinsley Deffler, Assumption. 9th place, Caitlin Lacey, an 8th grader. Kelly Klump, Sierra Popel, and Brittany Hansen coming in, all sophomores. Kate Crawford from Assumption. Jenna Flaherty, Catherine Receiver coming into the top 15. Haley Searcy, Megan Yulcher, Abby Wright, Sarah Emily Woodward coming in. There's Lafayette's Emma Valley coming in. Kendall Hayes from Woodford County, the 7th grader. She's the first 7th grader in the race, right? Coming in for the top 7th grader. Flood of runners coming in, the final 50 meters. You're watching KRCC Sports on krcc-tv.com. This is Clay Dixon and Dodd Dixon, providing full coverage of the Kentucky State Cross Country Meet for the last 3 years now. Provide coverage for many other invitationals and all-comers throughout the state, and the state track meet held up in Louisville every year. Mia Cornett from Woodford County, the Lafayette transfer. She's done 1840s before. Guys' team titles. We'll be getting the team scores up just a second. As it looks like we got St. X, who won that state title for, I believe, the 3rd year in a row now. Top 5 guys. And actually, we'll do a top 6, actually top 10. Keith Pride in 10th, Ben Metzger 9th, 8th place Derek Staubel, 7th Robert Rupp, 6th and 5th Cole and Tanner Dowdy, 4th place Ben Young, 1612, 1609 was Daniel Southard from Davies County, Chris Striegel from St. X, 16 flat, and your state champion Patrick Gregory from Butler, 1555. And your team title, or your top teams.
In 10th place, the senior laden team from Pulaski County with a score of 331. They lost it on the tiebreak, it looks like, with Grayson County, who also had a 331. They were 9th.
6th place, or their 6th runner was 118th. Pulaski 119th, so literally probably less than a half second separating them from 9th place.
Wow. Meade County was 8th with a score of 293. North Hardin was 7th, 283. 6th place was South Oldham with a score of 250. 5th place is Madison Central with 220. 4th place, Davies County, 175. 3rd place, Cooper, 161. 2nd place and today's runner-up is Trinity with a score of 133. And today's champion in the boys varsity race in Class 3A, St. Xavier, with a low score of 53.
We had Madison Central really just do very well today. We didn't expect them to be in the top 5, and we knew they'd probably be a top 10 team. We'll talk more about that in our post-race recap. So we're finishing up here the girls 3A race. We'll grab a couple interviews for you, and then we'll read off the, we'll do a recap for y'all on both races. You've been watching all the other coverage we've had today. We've got 1A full coverage and 2A full coverage, and here we are wrapping up our 3A full coverage. So if you missed that, just stay tuned and we'll have that up. Just be watching for it. Or you go to YouTube and check out Please Donegan. We always post our video there. All right, taking you to a couple of interviews with some of the runners.
Okay. Now, Sydney, tell me a little bit about your race here today. What were your goals?
I wanted to get a medal, and I wanted to get a PR.
Well, tell me how the race was. Was it good conditions today?
It was a little hot.
Really?
Yeah, it was a little too hot.
Did the wind seem to bother you any?
Yeah, it was really windy.
Great. Now, Devin, what grade are you in school?
7th.
And this is obviously your first state meet, right? So how's the state meet course compared to others?
What?
This is the first time you run for the state meet on the high school level, correct? Yeah. So tell me how the horse park compares to some of the other courses you've run on.
Well, it's a little more bumpy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So how long have you been running cross country, Devin?
6 years.
You enjoy it?
Yeah.
Great. You going to run when you get to the high school? Great. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate your time.
And we're back. We're going to do the recap for the guys' race. So you see Patrick Gregory winning the state title for the 3A guys, with St. X coming in first place.
Just a little bit of recap. Pulaski County was 10th. They had a senior-laden team, but the big surprise, I think, for a lot of us was Madison Central. I remember in 2007 at regional competition, Madison Central had one runner at the regional competition. And you look back at the results, in 2009, they were 27th at state. You look back at 2010, they were 28th at state. You look back at 11, they were 24th at state. Last year they were 14th at state, and this year they're 5th at state, cracked the top 5. So, hats off and congratulations to the Indians of Madison Central and Coach Robert Ledoux, really doing a phenomenal job. Congratulations also to St. X, their 21st team title. Trinity was today's runner-up, and another surprise was Cooper. They were 3rd today, and the boys team score just did an excellent job. Davies County, a perennial favorite, was 4th, and as I stated, Madison Central was 5th.
New addition to 3A, South Oldham, led by the Dowdy twins on your screen. They came in 6th place, 7th North Hardin, 8th Meade County, 9th Grayson, and of course 10th Pulaski County. 31 full teams. There's 250 full runners, and I believe this is probably the largest state 3A meet we had in quite a while. In the girls division, we had
today's winner and champion is Whitney O'Brien from Davies County. Runner-up is Madison Peoples from Bowling Green. 3rd place is Amelia Reynolds, senior from Davies County. Emily Bean, senior from Assumption, was 4th. Bailey Davis, 5th. Carolyn Grogan, 6th from Oldham County. Caitlin Carroll, 7th, Sacred Heart. 8th is Kinsley Deffler from Assumption. 9th is Caitlin Lacey from Mayo. And the top 10, rounding out Kelly Klump from Oldham County. That's the top 10 girls.
Whitney O'Brien did an 18:09 for the state title, which would have been a state record if it wasn't for the Gabrielle Carras, who's really lowered that over the last couple of years.
In the team score, Ryle was 10th. Madison Central girls were 9th. 8th place was Bullitt East. 7th place was South Oldham. 6th place was DuPont Manual. 5th place was Oldham County with a score of 149. 4th place is Sacred Heart, 113. 3rd place, Davies County, 92. 2nd place, today's runner-up, Bowling Green Girls, 81. And today's champion, Assumption, with a low score of 44.
They're hoping to qualify for the national championship. Maybe Bowling Green will go there, and I believe St. X is going to hope to qualify in a couple weeks.
Well, Assumption's well situated because they won the Great American Cross Country Festival at Cary, North Carolina, the site of Nike Cross Nationals.
All right, we're Clay Dixon and Dodd Dixon. You've been watching KRCC Sports, the Kentucky State Cross Country Meet 2013. Join us next time